Hi guys, and welcome back to Demonic Barbie's live stream. I do apologize for the delay. I have been really busy. There's been a lot going on. So today I'm giving it a shot at Sherlock Holmes versus Aspirin Lupin, so Nemesis. And I am co-streaming with my dear friend Deathreaper. You can head down and look in the bio for my link to my Discord. Also, there is the link to my YouTube, so if you do miss it, you can go back and watch it at any point on there. I will also, when I upload this to YouTube, I'll drop a link to my own profile and to Deathreaper so that you can go and have a look and see what he gets up to, just to have a bit of a lowdown and see what we all do in our spare time. So, this is the overall start. Say hello, Deathreaper. It's sweet sounding. Absolutely gorgeous, sweet sounding. So yeah, what's your take so far? What do you think it's going to be like? Hang on, let me just make sure I've got my audio settings set right. So I'm not sure if you can actually, I'm not sure if we can hear you on my side. So I'm just going to have a quick overview and just fiddle around with it and see if I can figure out what's actually going on. Because as you know, the same as always. Let's see. So if you are watching, please let me know in the chat log if you can hear myself and you can hear Deathreaper. I haven't had a nosy at it yet, so just to make sure that you can hear. I don't know if you're watching the live. Are you watching the live stream, Reaps? Can you hear yourself on it? Yeah, man. You can't hear yourself on it. Okay. Yeah. I get that. I'm just wanting to make sure I can hear you as well. Yeah, man. Because that's just like brilliant.
That's not really fun.
I think I've got it sorted now. I think. So keep talking.
Yep, I can hear myself. I can hear my goofy self.
Right, that's bro. You goofy self. I love that. I love that. Um,
You asked for my take on this game. I want to say it's gonna be like not like Resident Evil, but the puzzle style. Like you're gonna have to find this to get to this, and you need this to open this.
yeah, that's kind of my hopes, to be honest.
I really like that game style, in all honesty, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I kind of like that puzzle solving style of games. I always find it's quite entertaining.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, anybody who's new to the channel, feel free to hit that follow button, the like button. You can go into the bio. You can find my links to my YouTube, the links to the Discord. It's plenty of fun. Um, but yeah, so I'm hoping it's puzzly. The music itself is, oh, it's gorgeous. Um,
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen my last stream, but that was wild.
I'm not surprised. You get a good few people in.
I think I had one, but that's all right. It's a work
That's
in
not
progress.
that's not too bad. It's that little step. So, if we are ready, are you ready, Reeps? You're not going to chew down my ear again, like just. Oh my god, you sound like a dying frog. Yeah, don't do that.
Read it, read it.
So let's go and dive on in and see what we get up to. I haven't played this. I haven't done a run through, so this is fresh off the bat. I have absolutely zero clue what I am doing.
Before you start. Well, too late now. I wonder which one's which in the start of the game.
Sherlock's on the left, I do believe. So you're undertaking to portray Sherlock Holmes, the famous consulting detective of 221B Baker Street, London. During this case, you must demonstrate both sagacity, I can never pronounce that word, and calm. Observe well the items around you and don't hesitate to click on them. Once you have the required information, you will obtain comments that will help you in your hunt. Do not forget to integrate anybody who may be able to inform you. Choose the right questions and pay heed to their answers. Hang on, does this mean I've got to get a notepad and pen? Oh dear. Assure yourself that you aren't caught short by your adversary. Our unseen Lupin will throw a number of challenges at you Sorry guys, dyslexia. Can't say nothing at the moment. A number of challenges at you which will demand you are subtle and methodical. Thus, in the course of your investigations, you will have need of pencil and paper. Certain riddles will require reflection worthy of your hero. It will be challenging. At certain moments, you will need a type of keyword in response to a question in order to continue the adventure. You are at liberty to consult your notes in order to help yourself. Do not forget to read the documents that you will have gathered and glance through Sherlock's notes. They are important. In order
Methodical.
methodical. Hi Rob, nice to see you nice. Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. In order to advance your inquest, you will have at your disposition plans and maps which will permit you to teleport by clicking on given points. You may equally make your character run by double-clicking with the left mouse button. England's honour is at stake. Do not disappoint your adversary. Wow, I feel like I've just stepped into the sunlight. Very late. What you guys aren't seeing on the stream is that the walls on that right-hand side are pure pearly white, like blinding bright. And London definitely does not look like this anymore. Too much tarmac. Everywhere. Way too much tarmac. At least the historical gear is something there. Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat.
I don't know whether I should put on my best accent. That's not Hackney.
Get you a monocle. A top hat.
I mean, I do have a top hat. I do not have a monocle.
I am not surprised you have a top hat.
I had a phase in my youth where I enjoyed steampunk. It's good fun.
A good day, Saul. A good day.
Good day, my soul.
Uh-oh. He didn't see us.
It looks to be the beginning of a lovely day,
nice
Holmes.
to see you nice.
There's nothing
Long
like
time
beginning
no
the week
see.
with a sunny Monday, with nothing more pressing to do than to see what came in the post.
Yeah.
Would you care to take a ride up the Thames today?
I think not, Watson.
Listen, you're relatively worse for the past 2 weeks. I know you, and I am certain that something is bothering you. It wouldn't be bad news from Switzerland, would it?
We would already be on a boat heading towards the continent were that the case, my dear Watson.
Very well, then, what is it? Let me guess. For the past 2 weeks, the papers have talked of nothing other than this
Yeah.
French thief,
I'm getting there,
Arsène
Caesar.
Lupin.
Just, yeah.
He's been
had a lot
making
going
all
on
of the
with my
police
mother.
officers on the continent look like complete
Spin.
idiots. You're taking an obvious pleasure out of reading these
Put it
articles.
one way.
My dear Watson.
I've put my finger on it, haven't I? I know you well. Something tells me that you will not entertain talk of this Lupin for some time. Do you recall his latest feat? Using an alias, he seduced a young Italian princess in order to rob her of a priceless set of diamond jewellery that
Blimey,
once
I'm in the wrong
belonged to the
profession.
Medicis. These jewels were to be part of the lady's dowry, on the occasion of her marriage to the son of a wealthy, influential Sicilian. Finally, our friend, having committed his crime, left word for the local press, explaining that there was no other way for the charming lass to escape a marriage of convenience with, I quote, an uncultivated and uncouth boor without the least refinement. Since then, the lady has been confined to a convent, and rumour has it that the two outraged fathers have jointly offered a sum of countless millions of liras for the head, the rest of the body being optional, of the man who is responsible for their dishonour. Are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? Why, another letter from the zoo about those missing birds, as if we were going to be running around the whole of London chasing chickens. As I was saying, are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? This Arsène Lupin must be in hiding somewhere, surrounded by bottles of champagne and stolen treasures. How foolhardy and arrogant. Oh, these French. However, he didn't pursue this foolishness to the point of risking stepping onto British soil.
Has the cat got your tongue, Watson? What? Whatever is the matter with you, Watson? Pray tell.
This letter on the table. Holmes, read it.
In a minute, yes. But yeah, as I was saying, see, there's been a lot going on at home. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer back in May. She had her operation to remove it in June and has just started radiotherapy. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Not particularly the most enjoyable, but I guess. Oh, okay. So left click to move the gentleman around. Sherlock. Let's have a look.
This kind of gives me like a Sims mixed with kind of like a
Ooh.
detective game.
Well, that is definitely different. I wish it was more. I don't know, what would the word be? A little bit more decisive. Like,
This
I could
letter,
use my...
here, on the table, Holmes. It's incredible. Read it.
Oh.
You're talking about a lot easier.
Oh
to,
no, that is a lot better. Oh, there we go. First person mode, I can use my keys to actually move around, which is honestly a lot nicer.
That is a lot better.
Yeah, I do apologise if I make anybody dizzy. I'm gonna make myself dizzy at this point. Ugh. It's a map of London. Hello, London. And to any of you Americans out there that are watching, we don't all speak like Sherlock Holmes. There are a multitude of accents in the UK. Some
Just
of us like...
Yeah. Just like the US, we have different accents as well, different ways to talk.
Yeah. So yeah, for myself personally, I have a very, what's known as a black country accent.
Equal to a redneck accent or southern accent, like me.
Yeah, you got drawl.
Yeehaw!
That's alright, see, there. I'll probably catch you in a bit when she fed their gremlins. Thanks, Either. I'll keep you in my thoughts as well, Bab. I hope you feel a lot better soon. You're more than welcome to message me anytime. I'm always around. If I can help, I will do my best for you, sweet. Let's have a look. Before I begin, please excuse any grammatical or spelling error that you might notice. Your language isn't my native tongue, as I come from the continent of France, to be exact. In addition, my singular subjects of conversation, whether they be oral or written, are the most exquisite food and wine, and the noblest arts, and the sublimest women. Wow, because you sound lovely. The world knows that you, people of Her Most Gracious Majesty, do not produce or even discern any manifestation or aesthetic intelligence and civilization that sets men apart from beasts. Thus, the opportunities to practice your language are sporadic and brief. Wow. That's a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one. What use is there to linger with a lackey or maid? But look. See, I have made a mistake, or rather an I can't say that. Execrable. I can't say it. Mistranslation. I said, you people of Her Most Gracious blah blah blah. I should have said, the people of blah 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 other than you. How can I include you in this half rudely faced, half pallid crowd reeking of brine and cheap beer? You stand apart, an icon, having followed your exploits for some time, and being interested in your unusual personality. I started to see in you a man of intelligence, integrity, and singular refinement. The incredible results of your activities and the manner in which you achieve them are marked with the seal of genius. Believe me, despite the lamentable option that I hold for the inhabitants of your island, I have for you an admiration without limit. Man, this is a tongue twister. Which reached its apology recently. Where did I just... apogee recently, when I discovered you have a French ancestor. What unlucky stars brought you to the world elsewhere than the motherland? The motherland I call my own. That should have been your own. Perhaps the gods desired that your presence on the island bring up the intellectual average that was so low it bordered on the absurd. The business that brings me to write this letter may bring an answer to this question. You see, events without accident will occur in London in a week to come, beginning on the very night of the day in which you read this letter. The purpose of these events is to bring the light to a fraud, the arrogant vanity of the English. Wow. Enough of the haughty, boring composure that is English presence with us. Present us with passion should be freely expressed. Enough of the derisive confidence in England's impregnable, which is impregnability. I can't. I'm struggling, Reeps. Impregnability, which is displayed by all your politicians and soldiers. The English fortress is to be protected by seas, serving as moats. Enough of your supposed symbols of majesty and grandeur of spirit, which are in fact merely the fruits of looting and plundering. England has measured the world by its stingy superior smile for far too long. Thus I, Monsieur Lupin, have pledged to get rid of this smile. To that end, in a week to come, I pledge to steal 5 of the most representable symbols of the alleged English grandeur here in London. Once these auspicious achievements have been accomplished, I will exhibit the trophies for the world to see and reveal the smallness of a nation incapable of preserving its pride. England will become the laughingstock of all the nations, from the largest to the smallest, and will have to swallow its pride and lower its head for millennia to come. My God, this guy rabbles. Someone get him a pen and paper.
It sounds like this guy's talking about the United States of America.
I don't know. I think this guy's got a really bad ego complex. Imagine
Like
himself. Yeah.
It sounds like he's got a grudge against England for some odd reason. Like,
No,
you stole my milk.
Yeah, basically he's saying that the French are superior to the British, which it sounds like a Napoleon complex.
Oh God, it does.
It
really fucking does.
Just a tiny bit.
It does. Man with a high.
Yeah, I have a regular in my pub that's got quite a squeaky voice. Yeah, sounds. But it's one of those. I couldn't imagine how big this actual letter would be from this person. Could you imagine it? It must have been about 4 or 5 pages thick.
Yeah. Well, This is 1895.
Well,
Just imagine this when this letter was supposedly wrote.
oh my god. Yeah, have you ever tried to
It
read
was,
an Old English book? They are hell.
hey, just imagine trying to write with a
Ugh.
quill.
Oh my god. Yeah, there'd be like ink blobs all over the page if I was doing it. I've tried. It would be just a massive state.
I was just like one line and be done with it. Like,
Yeah,
someone else do this, please.
pretty much. Um, Imagine these self-righteous and perfidious faces who ordinarily parade the fact that they are one of Her Majesty's people will henceforward hide their origins. Being English will no longer be grounds for pride, but rather shame. In brief, the debts will be paid. You are perhaps asking yourself why I have chosen to share with you my vision, which many who do not know me would consider mad. After all, in my former praises are well founded. You are certainly the only person in England capable of stopping my plan. Like myself, you are fully aware of inefficiency in the flagrant lack of imagination that plagues your police service. The reason for this letter is eminently narcissistic. No exceptional artist desires their artist desires to produce their work for an uncultured public, incapable of appreciating the true values of his prowess and talent. In you, I have found the ideal spectator, and I wish for you to follow the stages of my consecration step by step. In fact, I would almost wish for you to put yourself in my path, and in vain to stop me from committing these thefts. But you are a busy man who doesn't like defeat. What a shame. If, despite everything, the adventure tempts you anyway, I shall leave you a few verses that deal with tonight's target. Oh god, where's my pen and paper? All across France, everyone knows, in the blind's kingdom, we only need one eye for the crown. You treat us like blind men, it shows. 'Twas a one-eyed, one-armed man who brought us down. It is true that we failed, though we tried again, our fate was nailed. His immortality, our pain, one of the Spanish capes, the detestable pride that bangs around you like drapes. Our suffering makes you snide. So, somewhere all across France, and I'm guessing the one-eyed, one-armed man would be Napoleon? Maybe? Something to do with one eye and a crown, so maybe a crown? It's going to be interesting. An adversary came along in order to protect victory. We were put in the wrong, and the day made history. Save the pain and defeat. The worst in this game is that the hero we did meet carries a French name. Clearly did vengeance sound what I have in mind for this traitor, sitting at his master's feet like a hound, is to be run aground. Run aground? That sounds like a boat. On my honor tonight to hand, I will break free the binding so that all may understand our victory will take wing. Arseno Latino. Okay. Okay.
Holmes,
That's
this is truly
different.
unbelievable. Surely this cannot be taken seriously.
It's possible, Watson, that this letter is nothing but a prank. However, a small chance exists that both the challenge and the threat are real.
What will you do?
First, I'm going to enjoy the breakfast Mrs. Hudson has prepared. If you would be so good, Watson, as to clarify some of the riddles in the letter. Firstly, if Arsène Lupin is actually the author, as he states, why does he sign with another name? When it comes to the poem, even if an answer seems
I don't think he's
straightforward,
talking
we must be
about,
quite certain. What would the target of tonight's theft
what's his
be if
face?
this letter turns out to be accurate? We have one day to find the solution and to take preventative measures. You could go see Barnes, the bookstore in Glentworth Street. Surely they'll have something that will be informative.
So, you need one eye and a crown. So the crown jewels. Something with a one-eyed, one-armed man, which makes me think Napoleon. Then there is run aground, which would be a boat. It's going to be entertaining. Watson,
Yeah,
dear.
he did say
Holmes's
something about a
violin.
traitor.
Yeah, it's very strange. Oh god, I'm gonna get dizzy. Holmes, darling, you need to make your bed. Your pillow does not belong on the floor. There's a heart. This man, to say he's supposed to be a high intellect, he's really bad at, like, keeping a room tidy. Let's go and see if his breakfast is done. Nope. Oh my god. Okay, so how am I...
You know this game is a 2000,
Oh.
early 2000 game.
Yeah, you can tell this game is quite an old one. I somehow have to find out where on earth I'm going for this, you know, this
That's where you're at.
library. Oh my god, what did I do? Okay, so E. E is for inventory. I somehow have to find a
I
library.
have no interest in going there.
Okay. Oh, I can sprint. Yeah, one thing we are famous for in the
No,
UK
I have nothing to ask him.
is
No, I have nothing to ask him.
pigeons.
Pigeons are quite nice.
No, I have
He looks
nothing
a
to
little
ask
bit
him.
crazy.
So I somehow have to find a library that I have zero idea about where I'm going. This is gonna be entertaining.
I have
Go
no
back
interest
to
in
your
going
map
there.
if you can.
I don't even know where the library would be on this map.
Ah, women.
Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh. No comment on that one.
Well then,
Sir?
A library, a library, a library. Is that a library? No, that's not a library.
No, I have nothing to ask him.
That looks blocked off, so I'm guessing this. Wait, ah, here we go. Barnes' bookseller.
Poor Barnes should hire a cleaning lady. Oh, what a mess.
Still looks tighter than people I have a thing. Oh,
might be able to
Barnes.
get books. Just looking at the books, it just gives me a headache.
Kudwilm Lizrit
What is he doing? Do. Okay, man, you can keep your voodoo ritual to yourself.
Good day,
Oh,
Barnes.
okay then.
Hello, Dr. Watson. How are you? I didn't hear you enter.
Are
he's
you
got a
busy?
stammer.
Am I disturbing you?
Not at all. I was researching, but if you came to see me, it must be that you're looking for something specific. Perhaps I can help you?
Wow, that stammer went weird.
A very strange affair, bewildering even, has brought me to see you. An affair involving a Spanish cape and a one-eyed, one-armed man.
Most certainly. You will find the works dealing with naval history on one of the shelves somewhere.
Wow.
Thank you. I'll go look.
Oh no.
It's a ship.
There's. I still think it's Napoleon.
I don't think it's Napoleon.
I do. One-armed man.
I don't think Napoleon was one-armed and one-eyed, was he?
Hmm. Yep. See, there you go, Nelson. Was on his last voyage. Upon his return, he astounded many with his taste for raw meat, and his sudden onslaught of salivation when I quote his housekeeper. Local college students or uniformed conscripts passed in front of the window of the living room. He died 2 years later due to a fatal fall while attempting to battle the weathercock atop Eastborough's bell tower with a sculpture that he had made out of clay and briar chips representing the supposed offspring of the Duke of Kent and a hedgehog. Horatio Nelson, 1st Viscount Nelson, born in Burnhamthorpe, Norfolk, in 1758. We owe to Admiral Nelson some of the most beautiful pages of the Royal Naval History, changed with intercepting Bonaparte en route for Egypt. He conquered the French fleet in the Battle of the Nile in 1798. Not content to rest on his laurels, in 1799 he recaptured Naples from the revolutionists and was made Duke of Bronte? I can't say that. In the 1800s. The death of his unrivaled seaman, who had already given his body in the service of his country, he had one arm amputated and lost sight in one eye, was his crowning moment. He died triumphing over Admiral Villeneuve, I can't pronounce that, during the Battle of Trafalgar, despite being inferior in terms of numbers, but through the grace of a courage and audacity without compare. A representative tale of Nelson occurred during a former battle when the flag captain warned him that the commander was signalling retreat. Admiral Nelson, convinced they were victorious, held a telescope to his blind eye and said, "I really do not see the signal." Thus he continued to battle, coming out victorious. Lucky for him, his joke what? Lucky for him, his joke paid off? Or lucky for him, his joke made him look like even more of a moron?
There's a page missing.
I don't think so. There's a page or half the book. If it's on about Nelson, it's probably half a book.
Probably.
Because the pages go down, but then they stop. Okay.
Here's my book, The Great English Sailors.
He's got some audacity on him to
As it happens,
do
I
what he
found this
just did.
book, and
Excuse
We're
me,
signal retreat now. We're
my
gonna
dear
stay-
Dr.
stick
Watson, but I am
thing
in
to his
need of
eyeball, to his
tranquility.
blind eye.
well, farewell, Barnes.
I do dread to think what Barnes is up to after watching his voodoo ritual.
I just want to leave.
Me
Nope.
too. He's
Not
proper
entering this.
He's a proper creepy gentleman.
Nowadays, we just throw him in a daggum nut house.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely a strange individual. Hi, Rossi. Long time no see, sweetheart. Good to see you again. Holmes, we found a clue. Holmes.
But we have half of it.
Yeah, it's like half a page.
Now tell me, Watson, What progress have you made? Have you found the
Progress.
meaning of the mysterious signature?
No. How do you spell Horatio? Oh, I can't spell. H. Hor. How do I spell Horatio? Hor. A. T. I. O.
Give me a second. I want to look it up myself.
Horatio. Horatio. Yep.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of importance.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Well, never mind. I guess you got it.
Who is Arsenio? I don't know. Oh.
Maybe not.
Admiral Nelson, maybe? Maybe it's Admiral Nelson.
Okay, go back to the back to where you have to spell it out, please.
I have.
Okay, never mind. Hang on. No, it's gonna be H-O-R.
Oh, I spelt it right. I did spell it. But
Your
it's
intentions are good, Watson.
it wasn't Horatio Nelson, and it wasn't Admiral Nelson.
No, you're right. It's
I'm wondering whether just to write Nelson in.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed
Ah.
everything of importance.
I'm gonna reread this book. Because I think I am missing something. Okay. Born in Burnham Thorpe, Norfolk.
I think it is Horatio Nelson.
I don't know, because when I put it in, it wasn't saying it was that.
I'd say your spelling was off.
No.
Because all the letters in that name that you haven't it says who is whatever, it's got all the same letters as his whole name, but they were scrambled.
But I spelt it right. That's the best of it. Horatio. I think that's about right. HORATIONELSON.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of
You
importance.
still didn't take it?
Yeah.
That's strange. Go back to the book. If you haven't already.
I have. It's got to be Horatio Nelson. This is where I look like even more of a blonde than I am.
What's got me stumped because
I
if you
wonder
put it
if-
in,
Does it have a capital? No, so it doesn't. So H O R.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of importance.
How have I? I don't know. I'm guessing it's definitely going to be Horatio Nelson, but you know, I would think it would be. But then again, I'm like I said, I'm not the smartest button in the box. It's gotta be.
I would tell you if there's something wrong, but I can't see with the chat. The chat is like right there where your spelling is at, so I can't really see.
I wonder.
It's an anagram, Holmes.
Ah, there we go.
The letters in
I was using a
Arsino
dash rather than a
Lotino
space.
can be used to spell out Horatio Nelson.
That's a welcome confirmation. No doubt the target of the theft is... It says that the object of the theft is sitting at his master's feet. There's nothing to steal on this column. We have a map of London here somewhere. Let's see if we can find a site of interest near Trafalgar Square.
I bet it'll be where he was stood. Oh my god. They have a map somewhere, do they? Oh, yes, they do. They have a map.
I was about to ask what's in his mouth, but it's showing that you could talk to him.
Yeah.
Ha! I found it at last. The map of London.
So, according to you, what is there to steal in Trafalgar Square? Show me on the map, Watson.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Moving my boom bar. Map. What's this? Well, there's Barnes Bookstore.
What square did he say?
Ooh. I don't know. Something to do with Trafalgar Square. Ooh, map of London. Okay. The center. Trafalgar's in the center. Ah, there's Trafalgar Square.
The only location visible is the National Gallery of Painting, which faces the column.
Why not? Our man wants to steal a painting, but which one? Watson, shall we head out? Let's take a tour of the National Gallery. While you find us a hansom, I'll send a message to Lestrade to have him join us.
Okie dokie. This game is already making me think it's going to be really complex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, whether I'm going to do this in a single session or whether I'm going to make it into two. Just...
I've got a feeling this is going to be like a little small 4-episode series.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
That's what I had to do with Resident Evil.
Yeah, but Resident Evil is a very large game.
But I had to take a break. Like, I couldn't do it. The furthest I got into it was like 4 hours. I'm like, okay, 4 hours isn't enough.
I mean, I can't say... Oh my god. Hello?
Ah, Lamb, good timing. Can you give myself and my friend Sherlock a lift?
With pleasure, Dr. Watson. The mistress, Miss Bromsby, gave me the day off. I'll wait for you.
So, Holmes, what are we doing?
Don't ask me, Watson, my dear. I don't quite think that is normal. Oh, jolly good sport, Watson. Bring the carriage round and we'll go for a pint of ale.
Fragile. The museum transports china?
Art is precious, my dear Watson, but it's true that this crate is a curious size. I'd say 3 feet 3 inches on 2 sides by 6'6".
The fact that you can do that from, like, you know, looking at the box.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the National Gallery of Painting. As it's such a lovely day outside, you're the only visitors at the moment, and likely will be for the whole day, as the minimum number of people for a guided tour is...
We're not here to visit the museum, young man. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective?
Accent.
Indeed, I have reason to believe that a theft is being planned that will take place here, perhaps as early as today.
A robbery?
I'm not certain, but there is a good reason to believe that is the case. We have contacted Inspector Lestrade at Scotland Yard, and he should be joining us momentarily. Meanwhile, rest assured that we are here in an official capacity. In the meantime, you can certainly help us. One of the paintings will play a part in the matter, but I don't yet know exactly which one. I do, however, have a few clues that should tell something to a specialist like yourself.
Ah, yes, of course. As it happens, I've only been working here for 3 days. Actually, I'm an apprentice, and my duties here are essentially administrative.
Pray tell, would I be correct in deducing that the elder of the 2 men that we can see up there is the director of the museum?
Yes, that is Sir Pointer. He could certainly assist you better than I, but at the moment he's terribly occupied, and will be for some time.
But the location that you are proposing is unworthy of my work. All of my pieces are hymns to color and light. It's the very stars, the sun that you want to extinguish.
He's
Please
French.
understand, dear sir, the entrance hall is reserved for temporary exhibitions. We are able to add more
He's
lighting.
got to be French.
In that case, you would have to provide lanterns across the whole length of the ceiling, and to use the most refined oil possible. Definitely not gas. And mirrors to reflect the light, along with some canvases in basic colors to bring out the contrasts.
We will do all that we possibly can.
Nevertheless, I insist that a number of my works must be on the main floor next to the large pieces.
But our rooms are already full, and, as you know, each has its specific subject. Too much modernism?
How can there be too much modernism? Modernism doesn't exist. Only art exists.
I did
Art
not
is
knock that plant
timeless.
over.
Art is cosmic.
Well, sir, perhaps we should continue this conversation in my office.
Oh,
Rob says to say hi to you, by the way, Roops.
Then you must
Hey,
certainly
Rob.
have a
I
ledger
guess
of the
he's not
works that
watching.
are shown in the museum, with a description of each painting.
Yes, Sir Pointer entrusted it to my care this morning so I could familiarize myself with the collection, but I lost it. I know I make a rather feeble archivist, but
No
while I
comment.
was doing a tour of the museum, the painting that Mr. Pointer is now dealing with arrived, along with cases full of canvases that he had to quickly inventory.
The case of the missing ledger. What do you make of it, Watson?
Very,
Listen,
very
Mr.
Palinur, sir.
Palinor, my
Someone
friend and I
lost
will
the
make our way
job.
through the museum in order to find the ledger. If you lost it while touring the museum and it wasn't back on the desk, then it must be in one of the galleries. Stay here and we will return to see you when we have found it, and not a word of it to the director.
Certainly, sir. With many thanks. I will continue to do my inventory and await you.
Tell me, young man, would you happen to have a blueprint of the building in order to facilitate the task at hand?
Ah, yes. Where did I put it? Oh, yes, here it is.
So the guy lost the ledger, now suddenly
Farewell,
knows where
Palinor.
his, he loses a ledger, which is a rather large book, but he doesn't miss the blueprints.
the
My
ledger.
lord.
That's a pretty painting of the crown.
Our Lady's funeral, God bless her soul, is on Monday.
The Spanish Painters Gallery.
Well, my condolences to the United Kingdom.
I think she'll be forever remembered.
Well, I'm sure she will. I'm sure she. Oh no, naked child.
Yeah, this is not advisable for young children.
French Painters Gallery.
Ooh.
Closed. There, it seems that we've found the famous ledger. It's written in shorthand, and there are hundreds of entries. Let's bring it to the archivist.
Gallery that we need to come back later. What is this?
All I'm going to say is that, yes, shorthand is not for... It's not for everyone. My cousin used to write in shorthand, and to read it, it was like trying to read chicken scratch. It was... Oh my god. I personally found it easier to read doctors' handwriting. Granted, they used to write in shorthand, but yeah, it's
I can read my own doctor's handwriting. Like,
yeah.
is this chicken scratch?
Yes,
This
Mr.
is
Holmes?
actually his handwriting.
I write like I write like a child, so
I think
Farewell,
they've got to
Palinor.
do that for the simple fact that to keep from being what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Try and describe it. Hi, Lily. Nice to see you. To see you, nice.
To keep from being ledgered and to get the medicine stuff,
Closed.
etc., etc.
Closed.
Hey, Spider Lily.
I have no reason to go there.
That's where I am. Oh,
The painter who was conversing with the director has such character, to the point of taking some of it out on this poor plant.
don't I see it?
I said I didn't want to be disturbed.
I do not want to be disturbed. Miss you too, Lily. I should be able to hang out a bit more.
I said I didn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, Sunday.
I said I
about
didn't want to
3
be
a.m.
disturbed.
Not 3 a.m., but 3 p.m. I'll be heading out to my cousin's house for a baby ginger reveal.
I said I didn't want... I said I didn't want to be disturbed.
Yeah, that does not want to be disturbed.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
Here is your ledger, my friend.
Oh,
You found it! Many thanks. You won't say anything to Sir Pointer.
Rest assured, are you familiar with how the entries are written? Everything seems to be abbreviated.
I understand how to locate a thematic group and how to read a description, but I am struggling with the location codes.
It's better than nothing at the moment. We're searching for a painting that has a connection to the Battle of Trafalgar.
Depicting what exactly?
According to this poem, it could be...
I don't know, what was it missing?
I don't remember.
What does the painting based on the Battle of Trafalgar Square depict? Oh my god, I almost knocked my beer over then.
I think it was a ship in the middle of a battle.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
It might refer to a boat. Its master was Admiral Nelson, and the thief wanted to run it aground. Moreover, the boat would have a French name.
Wait, I have a suggestion. A very popular painting, symbolic even, The Fighting Temeraire, a Turner. In this painting, Turner is described as having mastered painting techniques, and it is one of the most beautiful English paintings of all time. The subject, a boat by the French name of Temeraire, was involved in the Battle of Trafalgar and distinguished itself by protecting Victory, the flagship on board which was...
Victory, did you say?
Yes, Admiral Nelson was on board. Temeraire received a special distinction, but I am not certain of which. The painting shows it being towed to the breaker's yard, I believe.
Where would I find it?
I don't know. You would have to search through the English works of this century near the west section of the gallery.
My thanks, Palinor. Come, Watson, let's take a look at the painting.
West, so upstairs and left.
Sun Rising Through Vapour by William Turner. 40 years
this
before
is
Monet,
French.
Turner creates a new painting that dissolves forms in a quivering of atmosphere and light.
Aha!
Here's what I've been looking for.
Well, that is quite a famous painting, if I remember right.
The Fighting Temeraire. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree, it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
Oh, my nose is cold.
Let's go see the director of the museum, Holmes.
Okay.
Let's go see the director of the museum, Holmes.
Well, that painting wasn't what I expected to see.
Fantastic! Superb!
There, Maestro. I believe that everything is settled.
This collaboration will be my crowning glory, my masterpiece. Merci!
I have finished the inventory of the works of art, Director. Oh, and I have the pleasure of introducing the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson.
Good day, gentlemen. It's with pleasure that I welcome you to our gallery. I trust that you are here for pleasure and not business.
I'm afraid that is not the case.
Oh,
When it is no longer a matter of art, the artist must make his excuses. Messieurs, until we meet again, no need to accompany me. I know the way.
And his accent is so poor.
my apologies, gentlemen. Have you been waiting long?
Mr. Palinor was able to answer all of our most urgent questions. Tell me, who was that man who just left?
That was Horace Valmont,
Was
a
it
French painter. One of the best, seemingly. His letters of recommendation come from some of the grandest salons in Paris.
A Frenchman? Let's take a look, Watson.
This is gonna be blooming entertaining.
Yes, he's very avant-garde. He heard that we were
Avant-garde.
showing the works of modern painters during our temporary exhibitions. He has loaned us a number of paintings and has promised to donate those that have the greatest success to the museum.
Lestrade, just in time. And the Frenchman, Watson?
Gone?
Director, this is Inspector Lestrade from Scotland Yard. Lestrade, this is the Director of the National Gallery, Sir Pointer, and his assistant, Mr. Palinor. Lestrade, would you have your constable on duty guard the entrance and make sure that nobody comes into the museum? Director, is there anything else?
No, but
If you would care to follow me, I'll show you what the motivation behind all of this is. The reason for this little gathering is this letter that I received at my lodgings this morning. Without getting into too much detail, It claims that this painting, The Fighting Temeraire, will be stolen tonight.
Pardon?
There now. It's because of a letter that you've disturbed me? You believe that?
I would never have taken the liberty to disturb you if this letter, the authenticity of which I must admit hasn't been completely confirmed, was not written by the one and only Arsène Lupin.
Arsène Lupin?
Arsène Lupin?
Us? Arsenal? Who?
No, not the
Lou?
football ground, darling.
What?
Arsène Lupin, the most wanted cat burglar in the world. We will know soon enough whether or not this letter is a fake, or if I had reason to disturb you, Lestrade. But you must understand that we couldn't take even the slightest chance.
No?
Perhaps. Why not simply put this thing under lock and key in the bank or at Scotland Yard?
We cannot risk storing the painting in an improper environment or to entrust it to anyone who calls it a thing.
All that would achieve would be to shift the problem. This painting is priceless. Beware he who would harm it. What I propose, Lestrade, is to do a tour of the museum with Sir Pointer in order to check any possible points of break and entry, and leave 2 men on duty here tonight.
Only 2?
In addition, Director, you must close the museum to the public and not let anyone else in.
If you feel it's necessary.
And you, Holmes?
I'll pass by tomorrow at dawn. We'll know then what we're up
I don't see
against.
why you want
Should the
to put
unthinkable
2.
have occurred, I insist that nothing is touched until I arrive. Is that clear? Let's be off, Watson.
Oh yes, Watson. Let's go home for tea and
Listen,
scones.
Inspector, I have a lot of work to take care of. It would be better if I leave you to do a tour by yourself. You are, after all, a professional. Here are the keys to all of the locked doors. If you need me, I'll be in my office.
If you need me, I shall be in my office.
Well, I best inspect the museum to find any of Lupin's possible exits, including mice holes.
Mice holes? God, here we go again.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report. Nothing to report. We need a cannon to force this door down. The lock is too big to be jimmied, and I'll leave a man on duty in place. If Lupin does come, it won't be that way.
So jimmied is to be forced open. So like lockpicks and stuff.
No, no exits on this side. Nothing to report.
We'll go to the doors that we come across when we first
No,
entered.
no exits
See if we
on
can
this
open it like
side.
that one right there in
Nothing
front
to
of you.
report.
Never
No,
mind.
no exits on this side. No, no exits on this side. Nothing to report. Haha! There is a possible
I'm getting
entry.
easy just
If
watching you.
someone wanted to descend from the roof here, he'd need a lot of time, and it wouldn't be a quiet business. But I'd be wise to leave a man on duty here, and he will signal the alarm at any suspicious movement coming from the roof. Arsène Lupin. It's you and I now.
Okie dokie.
What?
I bet you it's the French guy just.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's him too.
It's dark in this box room. Good. No windows, no possible entry. No exits on this side, nothing to report.
Okay, so I think we've checked everywhere. So we've done a restoration room. I wonder if I needed to... You know, we found that the glass roof in the other one. I wonder if I can touch it and...
You can try.
Nope.
No, you just come from here.
I know, I just went to double check.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if I could if I could reach it. Okay. So we've checked everywhere. Let's go back to the director.
Don't get a headache from thinking too hard. I will make sure there are no windows and therefore ways in. Here.
Do your work. I will draw a map for you, Inspector.
Wait for tonight. There. The director and his underling have left. Time for us to play now. It could be that this whole robbery is nothing but nonsense.
Might think
If
it
not,
might be the assistant.
we're prepared. And this Lupin
think it
will
would
play
be.
right into our hands. I'll lock the main door to the museum, and you will be locked in.
Well, you gotta
Jeffries is on
understand,
duty
for
in
such a
Trafalgar
plan as
Square,
this, he
and
would
the
have
yard
to
is nearby.
really
Nothing
think
to
it
worry
out.
about there. The doors leading in will be locked, but you will each
He
have
did say
everything
he
you
only
need to
started
open
3
them.
days.
Stay hidden and cover your light so you cannot be seen from the roof. You, Lockhart, will be stationed near the painting itself. At the least provocation, go down to the entrance and sound the alarm. The walls are too thick, so you will have to go down for your whistle to be heard. In case of real trouble, be sure to fire with deadly accuracy, because if you even graze one of the paintings, your great-grandchildren will still be paying off your debts.
And the rest.
Finally, you'll just have to be content with your lanterns. Gas is too expensive. Let's go, men. Keep your wits about you. You'll be relieved at 4 a.m.
Wow, there's a toy train. That's gonna be some sort of sleep gas. Bingo! Ooh, and that's a sleep gas balloon. That's even worse.
Go on, you cantankerous
Nighty-night.
codger. You have work to do.
You're right, Holmes. The constable below was indeed asked to deliver us a letter. It's from Lestrade.
Nothing good can come from such urgency.
Indeed, Holmes. This time, without doubt, the painting has disappeared. According to what he's written, they've turned the National Gallery upside down looking for it. Our presence is required immediately.
Well, Watson, the game is afoot.
Should we not have enlisted more men from the force to protect the painting?
I think that a whole brigade could not have stopped Lupin. And, of course, we can now be certain that it was he who was behind the theft. First and foremost, the police have a city and lives to protect, and we must respect that. Watson, a hansom will be hard to find at this hour, and Billy, our page, is sick. Would you be so good as to flag one down while I take a moment to reread this letter?
Yesterday, I was a doctor. and now I become a valet.
Mm. There's always something. But yeah, so I've been playing for an hour and 15 so far. And I think I might pause it here and take this up again. I'm trying to think when my next day off is.
Yeah,
Saturday morning, I think. Well, lunchtime for myself, so morning time for the States.
lunchtime would be 12. It would be 6 a.m.
Not 12, anywhere between 12 and
2.
say 12 and 4. So anywhere between 6 and 10, depending on what part of the States.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, Lily. I don't have my rota for next week, and being it is a bank holiday and working in a public house, I'm more than likely going to end up working it. Because pubs don't generally get bank holidays off, because they're brilliant ways to bring money in, because people come in for a drink.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous way to spend money, but yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, so yeah, I think I'm gonna pause it here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pause it here. Try not to do like really large expanses of this game, because I think this game's gonna be like really long. So if I split it down into like hour segments, it means that it will be a lot easier for people to watch back on a later date. So far, we have had a threat from Monsieur Lupin, who is an art thief. He's challenged Sherlock Holmes to catch him, and he's just robbed off with a famous painting featuring a boat from one of Nelson's wars. Belmont, was it? So it'll be listed in the thing. So yeah, we got to try and get this painting back now. So that'll be the next mission, is getting back, trying to get back this painting. But yeah, thanks to everybody who's come out to the stream today. Hopefully I won't have so many huge gaps again between streams. They will be sporadic, so they'll be here, there and everywhere, depending on when I can get time off. As I am taking on a second job soon. I'm just waiting for the paperwork to go through. But yeah, I have a lot of appreciation and support for all my followers who come out and see me every time. If you are new to the channel, please remember to hit that follow button. You can go into my bio and you can subscribe to my YouTube, and there's also a link for my Discord server. So if you do use Discord, you can come in, you can talk to myself, you can talk to all the regulars who come in, someone like Spider Lily, you've got Deathreaper who comes in, there's a link for his Twitch streams in there as well. You've got other regulars like Seether and Azarin and Rosie and Rob, and it's absolutely lovely to see everybody, and I'm so grateful for them for coming back, bearing in mind I have had a lot of absence at the moment. But yeah, thanks to everyone for coming out, I really appreciate it. So, until next time, peace out.